here? Yes, I'm here, Kapil. Pratik, okay. Then we have Amrit. Hi, Amrit, Salim, Amrit. Good morning, guys. Naresh. I'm sorry, we are having some technical issue, but then don't worry. Definitely everything would be covered in the session. Hi, Sadia, Abhijit. Good morning, Shayan, Archana, Krishna. Hello, Rani ma'am. Yes, hello, Krishna ji. How are you? Can't hear anything. Is that so? Arshi, please let me know. Others, can you all hear me? Am I audible? Good morning. Am I audible? Yes. Oh, yes. So many people are typing yes. That means I am audible. Great. Yes. Thank you so much for letting me know that. We'll start the session in a minute. From where all these people are talking. What is this, Priyanka? Good morning, Shubham, Vipin. Good morning. I'm good, Lina. Thank you so much. Harshdev, how are you? Pradeep, Sahima, good morning. We have Meena with us. Priyanka, I'm able to see chats. Good. So these are all the students joining us, Priyanka, like you did. Okay. Okay, so all right. So I think we are live. Yes, Soumya?
Yes, ma'am, we are live.
All right. So good morning, everyone. And I hope all of you have a happy Wednesday, full of positivity, no stress for today. I wish for everyone the same. And we have already joined late, I guess, for 5 minutes. Sorry for that, due to some technical issue. However, we are back with speaking module. And here today, guys, we are going to learn how to use complex sentences in your speaking module. Okay, so we are aiming for 8.5 band this time. We are not going to settle for average. Okay, so my name is Rani and I am one of the educators here at LeapScholar. Fine. So before I start the session, guys, I have an announcement to make that I'm coming up with 2 new batches starting on 13 September and 15 September. Okay, so the timings are different. Other than that, everything is similar. You have 4 weeks IELTS crash course from Monday to Friday. Okay, so those who are willing to join this batch 7 to 8 p.m., they can definitely enroll themselves. It will start from 13 September. And in case you are not able to join 13 September batch, definitely you can join 15 September batch, wherein you will get the similar classes like you have in this batch, that is 13 September batch. So we are so in this particular course, I'm going to give you 20 hours live classes, wherein I'll be covering all the 4 modules in 4 weeks. Okay. So apart from that, you have weekly mock tests, one-on-one speaking feedback, and definitely your writings would be evaluated here. Okay. And in case you miss our session, so you don't have to worry about that because the recordings are available. So all the live classes recordings are recorded exclusively for you. Okay. So the same thing goes for our next batch, which starts at 15 September. Everything is similar except the timings, guys. If you want to join 7 p.m. batch, you can connect with me on 13 September. If you are going for 15 September batch, your session will start from 8:30 to 9:30. All right. So yeah, not to forget, check out our killer price, guys. It's 149. So you get these courses at 149. However, if you use my code, that is RALive20, you get 20% off. Okay. So an additional discount you get, that means you will get the course at 119, just 119, guys. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So we don't believe putting pressure on your pocket. Let Leap do that, and you guys just enroll yourself as soon as possible. Okay. So hurry up. Don't wait. These courses are tailored especially for you. Okay. All right. So let's see how many of you are new here. Let me know. Yes, so Soumya is sharing the link in the chat. You all can use the link and enroll yourself. Okay, not to forget, you have grammar classes as well. Okay, so here we have grammar classes, free grammar classes for you. So if you want to learn more grammar, definitely you can join our sessions. Okay, let us connect with our YouTube viewers. Let me see how many of you have joined so far. Good morning, Prem. We have Prem here. Good morning, Prem. Then we have Gurji, David says got 6.5 band and got admission in Ireland. Great. So did you join LeapScholar classes? And I hope you have attended the sessions here, YouTube sessions. All right, all right. Sukhvinder, how are you? We have Gurjeet. Hi, Prabjot. So Dini is a new student. All right. So Dini, welcome to the session. I hope you will enroll with us because you're going to get a lot more in these 4-week courses. Okay. We have, good morning, Harshita. Good morning, Guru Pratap. Hi, Sab. I hope you all are joining for the first time here. Yes, please let me know how many of you are joining for the first time. Hi, Prem. Good morning, Tanjina. So those who are joining for the first time, please let me know in the comment. Yes, so Randall Fernandez is here. He is one of my students and he has written over here. Anyone who is new, please join. LeapScholar is the best. Thank you so much, Randall. So he is the one who is giving you the correct feedback over here. LeapScholar is the best, undoubtedly. Yeah. Hi, Fax, Parminder. Okay, so you are a new student, Parminder. Great. I'm good. Prem, how are you? Okay, Gurjit is new here. Okay, Aparna, please stay connected till the end of the session. You will definitely learn a lot today because we're going to deal with complex sentences in our speaking module. Okay, so not only in speaking, you can definitely get benefited by this session as you will be able to learn some of the structures for your writing as well. Okay, good morning, Nikhil. All right, let's start the session then. Okay, somebody is from USA joining. Good night, ma'am. I am from USA. Thank you so much from your channel. I have reached here. So it's great to hear that. So people are joining from overseas as well. It's good to hear that. Yes, even we have one more student who is saying LeapScholar is best. Definitely LeapScholar is best, right? Okay, so let us see here some of our Zoom students. Hi, Mali. Good morning, Chinta Parthi. How are you? I'm also new in your class, but not in LeapScholar. Okay, great, Sugam, no matter, whichever session or whichever batch you join, it's only that you should learn from, you should get the quality education from LeapScholar, okay? You've already taken, that's good, Yovan. Yeah, so Prabhat is a new student. Good, Prabhat. Prabhat, if you find the session interesting, if you like our video, watch till the end of the session, please do subscribe to the channel and do leave your comments if you like it, and definitely enroll yourself if you wish to learn from me. Okay, those who wish to learn from me, hurry up guys, enroll yourself as soon as possible. Now let's get started. All right, so complex sentences in IELTS speaking. Now, why do you need complex sentence in IELTS speaking? Can anyone tell me? What is the importance of complex sentences? Yes? For good band, yes, Sujata, Shubham, good. Okay. To build good impression, to achieve better bands. Yes, you can get variation in our speaking. All right. Yes, definitely for writing section also it helps. Very good. To impress the examiner. Yes, to know our English skills. Yes, Sadia, definitely. Yeah. So complex sentences are key to getting, okay? Complex sentences are key to getting a good score for grammar in your IELTS speaking exam, right? Now, why is it important? Because the band descriptors for grammar in IELTS speaking talk about simple and complex structures, okay? So if you're looking for band 7 and above, definitely you have to learn the complex structures, right? So band 7 says that you have to have a mix of simple and complex structures. Band 8 says that you need to have a wide range of structures, and band 9 says you have to have a full range of structures. So full range of structures, wide range of structures, everything includes your complex structures, okay? So you have to definitely learn complex structures in order to get a band 9, okay? Still, if you want a band 7, you can definitely get band 7 by using some complex structures. However, our target, our aim is to get a band 8.5 and not less than that. We are not going to settle for average, guys. Okay. So we have to use a wide range of structures, and complex structures are one of those. Okay. So today we are going to learn some of the complex structures which will definitely boost your band score. So let me know in the comment, guys. Let me know in chat how many of you are aiming for a band 9. Yes, guys, come on. Band 9, band 9. How many of you band 9? Okay, Shubham for band 9. Good, good. Salim, Shalidi, very good. Harish, Raksha, Vipin, Manjinder, Gulkaran. I can see all of you are aiming for band 9. That's the true spirit, guys. We are not going to settle for average. We need a band 9, okay? And definitely we can achieve it. All right, great. So what is a complex sentence? First, we need to identify the definition of complex sentence, okay? So we must understand what goes into forming a structure for complex. So here we need an independent clause and at least one dependent clause to form a complex structure, all right? So if you are forming a complex sentence, it definitely consists of an independent clause, at least one dependent clause. Now, when we dissect this definition, we get three important things here. The first, what is a clause? Second, what is an independent clause? And third, what is a dependent clause, right? So we are going to dissect this particular definition so that your concept is clear, okay? You don't have any doubt after this session. So what is a clause now? Now, what is a clause? See, the way we speak and the way we write are absolutely different, okay? So when we speak, we definitely use our colloquial language, everyday language, and we don't, use the formal language in our speaking, all right? So clause is actually a building block of speaking. When you speak, we need to put together all the clauses, right? So if I say, what is a clause? To put in simple words, clauses are your subject and predicate, okay? Or you can say a subject. In a clause, you find a subject and a main verb. Or you can simply say subject or subject plus verb phrases, right? So you have so many things to describe over here for clause. So I hope it's clear to you guys. Clause is a subject plus a main verb. Or you can say simply subject and predicate together are known as a clause. So in order to form a sentence, a simple sentence, even you need to have a subject and a main verb. So without that, your sentence is incomplete, okay? So that makes up a clause. Is that clear, guys? Yeah? Yes. All right. So let's see an example now. Whenever it rains, I like to wear my blue coat, okay? So here, when you see here, what is your clause here? Can you find out? Can you find out the clause here? Yes. It rains. Okay. It rains is your clause because you have the subject it and rains is your main verb. Similarly, in your independent clause, that is, I like to wear my blue coat. It is your independent clause. And it has got a subject I and the predicate I like to wear my blue coat. Or to be precise, your main verb is wear. Okay, so your sentence starts with dependent clause where you have a subordinating conjunctions whenever you have the subject, you have the verb. Okay, now to understand what is the difference between an independent clause and dependent clause, you need to have a clear picture of that, okay? So an independent clause is a group of words where you have a subject, you have a predicate, and it gives you a complete meaning, okay? That means a complete sentence on its own. So whenever you come across any independent clause, you need to first ask a question to yourself. Does it give us a complete meaning? If yes, then it is an independent clause, okay? But if it doesn't give you the complete meaning or the complete thought, definitely it is a dependent clause. It is a dependent clause because dependent clause always depends on other clauses to express a complete idea. So in the example, you can see, I like to wear my blue coat is an independent clause because it gives us the complete meaning. Okay, it is not dependent on the other clause, unlike your dependent clause. So whenever it rains, it is a dependent clause because you don't get complete meaning. Yeah, it is dependent on the main clause. That is, the main clause is also known as independent clause. Now, one important point to remember here that dependent clause always begins with your subordinate conjunction. Okay, so whenever is a subordinate conjunction. Guys, is that clear to you all? Any doubt here? Yes, Gaurav, independent clause makes full sense. Definitely it makes full sense. Okay, screen is not visible for Jasmine. Is it for everyone? Are you all able to see the screen? Is it visible, guys? Okay, Sai is asking for what is subordinate conjunction. Definitely subordinate. In the upcoming slides, I will tell you what is subordinate conjunction. Okay, Sai? So hold on your horses. We are going to include everything today. Okay, so screen is visible for everyone. Good. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you have understood what independent clause and dependent clause is, give me a thumbs up or type S. Yes, yes, yes. You can type yes. Yes. Okay, good. Very good. Let's see with our YouTube viewers. Okay, guys, tell me here in here. All of you, please let me know if you have understood independent and dependent clause. Then we have a few exercises for you guys wherein you can practice that. Yes. Now, Gurjit, tell me, have you understood? Yes. Did you understand? Gaurav says yes. Very good. Vijita, Sahina. Okay. Gyan says yes. Doyle, yes. Very good. Okay. So all of you should stay connected here because we are going to now do an exercise wherein I'll see whether you have understood the concept of independent clause and dependent clause or not. Right? Okay. So here you have to identify dependent clause, independent clause, or something is not a clause. Okay. So you have here 5 questions. Now determine whether the underlying word groups are dependent clauses, independent clauses, or not a clause. You have to find out if any one of here is not a clause. So what is a clause? You all know that you must have a subject and a predicate to have a clause. Okay. Yeah. So let me know. Number 1, although it was raining, Maria went for a jog at Civitan Park. So although it was raining, is it a dependent clause or independent clause? Gaurav says dependent. Very good. Anshika, why it is independent? Sailor says independent. Again, independent. Anshika says independent. Although it was raining is dependent clause. Yes, Saida, you're correct. Absolutely correct. Now, I could see two students have written independent clause. Others have written independent. Aman has written independent. Okay, I will clear it in a while. Why it is not an independent clause? Yes, Arushi correct. It's dependent. Sophia correct. Gaurav correct. Millie correct. Arvind Chahal, what happened to you? I'm asking you, tell me. Yes, dependent. Maharjan family. Good. Aruna correct. Yes, JJ correct. Kamaljit correct. Simranpreet very good. Aparna good, good. I can see all of you are participating. Great, great. Yeah, so except a few students, I would say you all have understood what it is, but let me clear it to you. Although it was raining is your dependent clause because you don't get the complete meaning. Okay, so if I say although it was raining, that means you know it was raining, but what happened after that? What is the action? Nothing is clear here. But if you read the other sentence, when it says Maria went for a jog at Civitan Park, it gives you complete meaning. Okay, Maria went for a jog at Civitan Park. That Maria has gone for jogging in this particular park. So this is your independent clause. But if you join this dependent clause along with this independent clause, then only you get the complete meaning. Although it was raining, okay, though it was raining, Maria still went for jogging. So now you get the complete meaning when this dependent clause is joined along with the independent clause. Okay, so here although is your subordinating conjunctions. So in order to form a complex structures, you need to have a subordinate conjunction. Okay, so although is one of the subordinating conjunctions, right? Number 2, tell me, after the flood, the family moved into a temporary shelter. Yes. Number 2. Okay, Sadia has written not a clause. Very good, Sadia. Good observation. Yeah. Sadia says it is not a clause. Although is used for contrasting. Okay, it's a contrasting word, Rajinder. Yeah, not a clause. Nina says very good. Arushi correct. Not a clause. Very good. Some of you have given the answer correctly. Sai says not a clause. Good. Yes, it is clearly written here. After the flood is not a clause because here you don't have a verb. Okay, you have only the subject, the flood. The flood is the subject, but you don't have the main verb. You don't have the predicate. So after the flood is just your prepositional phrase. All right. So it is your prepositional phrase after the flood. Okay. Yeah. And this one is your dependent clause. Okay. Now, when you finish your homework, now give me answers for 3, 4, 5 together. Come on. 3, 4, 5 together. You need to write, if it is number 3 is independent clause, write I. If 4 is your independent or dependent clause, write I or D. Okay. Come on, quickly give me the answers for 3, 4, 5 together. Okay, I. Yes, correct, Harry. Together, together, together. Very good. Good, good, good. In the pit. Yes, correct, correct. Very good. So when you finish your homework, please take the dog for a walk. Okay, so please take the dog for a walk gives you a complete meaning here. Okay, whereas when you finish your homework doesn't give you the complete thought, the complete meaning. So this is your independent clause. Okay, so I'm going to write it as ID. Okay, here you have independent clause. I see. Now again, John eats chocolate whenever he get a good grade in math. So John eats chocolate is your main clause because it gives you complete meaning. Okay, so ID, independent clause. Now while walking at the park, David saw a raccoon eating potato chips. Okay, while walking at the park, you don't get the complete meaning, do you? No, isn't it? So here, this is your dependent clause. Now important thing to notice here is that whenever you start your sentence with a dependent clause, we need to put a comma. Okay, did you notice here? It is your dependent clause. So we are putting a comma here and then the main clause starts, right? So this is an important tip for your writing also. After the flood starts with your dependent clause, so we are putting a comma. But here you can see, again, dependent clause, when you finish your homework, we are putting a comma before the main clause. But for number 4, it's clearly written independent clause. Okay, independent clause. So what is it? John eats chocolate. Okay, so independent clause, that's why you're not putting comma here, and then it continues with the dependent clause, right? But again, in number 5, the sentence starts with a dependent clause, so we put a comma. All right. So in writing, you can definitely clearly show the commas when we use your sentence with your dependent clause. However, how do we do in speaking? Can anyone tell me? How do we do in speaking? Do we say to the examiner, although it was raining, comma, Maria went for a jog? Can you say that? Yeah, can you say that? Short pause while breaking. Okay, stop for a while. Yeah, we give a pause. So what we do? We actually learn the way to give proper pace. Okay, we know where to put stress. We have to use proper intonation, proper stress. Okay, so that's the way you show these comma or other punctuations, right? So you have to, so while speaking, what we do, we have to see if there is a dependent clause, we need to give a pause, right? After the flood, the family moved into a temporary shelter. The proper stress, the correct pronunciation, the right intonation. So these are really crucial if you want to get a good band score, okay? So complex sentences along with your proper tone, stress, and intonation will definitely help to get your desired band score. All right, guys? Fine. Is that clear till here, all of you? Shall we move to the next slide? Can you explain second sentence again? Okay, second sentence, after the flood. So what happened after the flood? You don't have the complete meaning, okay? This is a dependent clause. But when you join this dependent along with the main clause, you get a clear meaning, the clear picture. The family moved into a temporary shelter. So the family moved into a temporary shelter is your independent clause. Okay. After the flood is no matter, it's clearly written, it's a dependent clause. However, it is not a clause because to make a clause, you need to have a subject and a main verb. But here you find only the subject, the flood. Okay. So after is your subordinate conjunction. It is a time clause. All right. It's a prepositional phrase. It's a time clause, or you can say adverbial clause. So many different ways. But if you want to learn more such grammar, definitely enroll our courses and you will get free grammar classes over there. Okay. Fine. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so this brings us to the conditional clauses. Okay, so this is another type of complex structure that you can use and you can definitely impress your examiner. So if clauses are crucial, for your speaking, but remember here, guys, we are dealing with only one type of if clause. However, there are 4 different types of if clauses, but today's focus is on the first conditional. Yeah. So if I study, I'll get a good score in IELTS. Do you believe that too? Yeah. If I study, I will get a good score in IELTS. So what you observe here is that when we use first conditional, our subject or our subject and the verb is in the simple present tense. Okay. So you can notice here, it is your if plus simple present. Okay. All right. But if you use the next sentence, it is your, you get a comma. Sorry, it is. Okay. If I study, your main clause is I will get a good score in IELTS, which is supposed to be in your future tense, simple future tense. Okay. So if plus simple present, then you need to put a comma and you have again your subject. You have simple future. Okay. So this is the structure you should know while using if clause. Okay. And that to your first conditional. If I study, if plus simple present, study is your simple present, then you need to put a comma while writing. However, while speaking, we put a proper stress or our intonation differs. I will get a good score in IELTS. So what happens in this conditional sentence, that something is likely to happen. Okay, so there is a particular condition that if you study, so what is the outcome? The outcome would be you will get a good score in IELTS. So instead of using if, you can also replace this if clause or the word if with the word provided that, right? So you can use this provided that instead of if. Provided that I study with LeapScholar, all right? So we guarantee if you study with LeapScholar, definitely you will get a good score in IELTS, all right? So please subscribe to the channel and also join our courses, okay? So provided that I study with LeapScholar, I will get a good score in IELTS, okay? So if you're not able to use if clause properly, no problem. You can show another conditional clause by using provided that. This is another way to impress your examiner, okay? So one thing is clear here, that if you don't want to use if clause, you have an alternate way to express your answers by using provided that. You can also use unless. It is also another way of impressing your examiner, another conditional clause. If you can't get a job unless you have experience, all right? So these 3 conditional clauses, try to use them in your speaking. You at least get some good score for using your complex structures in your grammar. So you know that for each criterion you have 25% score. So for grammar also it is 25%. So why to lose score in grammar if we can easily use some complex structures? Okay. So conditional clauses, try to include at least one conditional clause in your speaking. Great. Okay, so in first, Shasta is asking in first sentence, what is our actual subject? It is I. I is your actual subject. Okay, Shasta? Amrit says, not understanding, ma'am. Acha se explain karo. No, ma'am, talk Hindi, please. Okay, so Amrit, what you do? You join our course. Okay, we'll explain everything in Hindi as well. Okay, we use bilingual language for you, right? So you join the course. Okay. Yeah, so it's clearly written, your subject is I here, right? So these are some of the conditional clauses you can use here, right? Now in speaking part 3, you can use conditional clauses. We have an example here. How do you think shopping will change in the future? How do you think shopping will change in the future? One thing is for sure, shopping will definitely change. I guess we will shop even less on the high street. And if that happens, can you see here the if clause we are using? And if that happens, then I imagine that city centers will change a lot. Again, you can see simple present. If that happens, okay, you have your subject I, you have your future, simple future will change a lot. So if that happens, then I imagine the city centers will change a lot. If there are fewer people going to shops, then cities and towns are going to become much quieter. So you have used clearly your first conditional here, okay? Although another if sentence is there, but this is not your, clearly following your structure for the first one. However, you have the first conditional clearly written here, right? Okay, so this is something which is your clear first conditional sentence. So you can use this conditional in your speaking part 3, in your part 2 and part 1 as well. Okay, so this is one example for you. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now relative clauses. So even unknowingly, we definitely, you use relative clauses because most of the time we join two clauses with who, that, which, whose, where, when. These are all your relative pronoun. Okay. So most of us are already using it, but we are not aware that if you use more relative clauses, that means you're using more complex structures. All right. So when we talk about people, we use who. We talk about objects, we use that, which, isn't it? So try now this time using more relative clauses because these are really super, simple for you because it gives your information about person. If you use who, it gives information about the person. If you use objects or if you talk about particular things, you can use that, which, all right. Now they are most often used to define or identify the noun that precedes them. How? Let's see an example. All right, so she is the woman who cuts my hair. Okay, can you see here clearly written? She is the woman who cuts my hair. So who is your relative pronoun and who cuts my hair is completely your relative clause. Also a dependent clause. What is the main clause here? Tell me guys, what is the main clause here? Yes. What is the main clause? She is the woman. Very good, Saima. She is the woman. Great. So now the laptop that I bought last week has started making a strange noise. Again, here you can see that. That is your relative pronoun and laptop is the noun. Okay. And laptop is a noun clearly given here. Woman is the noun, laptop is the noun. And this relative pronoun clearly mentioned who and that are pronoun. Okay. So noun that precedes them are woman and laptop. All right. So if let's say in speaking part 1, you get the question, tell me about your family, right? So you can here use some of these relative clauses and impress your examiner. Sorry. Well, I have 2 siblings who are elder to me. Yeah. So if you simply say I have 2 siblings, that means you're using simple structure. But you can impress your examiner in part 1 as well. Remember, first impression is the last impression. Okay. So don't think that just you're going to use simple structures in part 1 and then maybe in part 2 and part 3 I will show some complex structures. No, don't do that. Straight away in part 1 you can use complex structures and especially relative clauses. Like here I have used, well, I have 2 siblings who are elder to me. Okay, now who is who here? Siblings. This is the noun preceding the relative pronoun. My dad works in a company which is renowned. So which refers to the company. Renowned for manufacturing biodegradable products, and my mom is a teacher who shares. Now, who is your teacher? Okay, a wonderful bond with her students. So you can see here, even in part 1, you are giving very simple answer. However, complex structures are used here. And you can see I have used 3 complex structures. Who, which, again who. Yeah. So you're going to set a good impression if you're using these relative clauses in your speaking part, right? So try some of them at home today. Okay. And yeah, stay connected till the end. Definitely we'll have some speaking practice. Okay. I'll give some of you a chance to speak and use some of the complex structures here. Yeah. All right. Yes, there will be no comma, Sahnaj, because we are using it after the main clause. Can you notice that? Yeah. Are you guys noticing here? I have 2 siblings. It's your main clause. Okay. So we are not putting comma here before the dependent. Okay. If your sentence starts with dependent clause, then we put comma. Okay. That particular tip will help you in writing. Okay. And while speaking, we are not focusing much on grammar, the rules, but the way we speak, because speaking is completely different from writing. Okay. But yes, you need to remember that if you are using the main clause, there will be no comma before dependent clause. All right. Now showing contrast. So these are some of the contrasting words: although, though, even though, while, various. Okay. So if you are going to use any contradictory statement in your speaking, definitely you must include one. You can use any of these contrasting words. Okay. So these are also your subordinating conjunctions: although, though, even though, while, various. Now see here the examples. While I was studying, my younger brother was listening to music. So you have opposite view. That means when you were studying, your brother was listening to music. My son is lazy and selfish. He is kind to animals, though. Okay. Although he is rich, he has no girlfriend. Although he is rich, he has no girlfriend. Again, you can see clearly we have started the sentence with a subordinating conjunction, dependent clause. So we are putting a comma here, right? Now, whereas we did all the job, they enjoyed themselves. Again, your dependent clause. He is careful, comma, whereas I take risk. Now, guys, please tell me one thing. Did you notice here that he is careful is the main clause, but I have put comma here before dependent clause? Did you notice that? How many of you noticed that? Yes, you can use when as well. Okay, that is also time. Yes, yes. All right. So see here, he is careful, and we are putting comma after the main clause only when you have a sharp contrast. Okay, careful. He is careful, whereas I take risk. So when you have sharp contrast, then you can use a comma after your independent clause in your writings. Okay. So most of the time, if you're taking task 1, if you're doing task 1, when you're comparing the graphs, there we show such structures. Okay. Whereas while the graph 1 shows so and so, whereas the other graph shows so and so. So there you use comma because we are showing sharp contrast. Okay. Then similar to that, you can see here, my son is lazy and selfish. He is kind to animals though. Now, although they are similar, there's no difference in meaning. Only the difference is in the use. So you cannot use although at the end of the sentence, but you can use though. That is the only difference. Okay. So here, if you're writing although he is rich, you can replace this word although with the word though, right? You can use though he is rich, he has no girlfriend. But you cannot write here he is kind to animals, although. So this is the only difference. You cannot use although towards the end of the sentence. All right. Otherwise, meaning wise, everything is similar. You have the same meaning. Clear? Is that clear to you all? Yes? This 4th sentence, right, instead of whereas, while seems more fit. So when you use while, that is also correct. Okay? Whereas is also correct. Both are showing your contrasting view. Okay? Now, while has 2 meanings, showing contrast and also your time clauses. Okay? So both are correct. Now you have this particular sentence, you all have to complete it. Though the weather was very cold and snowy, tell me, what would be here, the main clause? I have a dependent clause for you. Though the weather was very cold and snowy. So you get a question on weather also in speaking part 1. Yes. Can you fill this particular sentence? Complete it by using an independent clause. Yes, I'm waiting for your answers. Yes. So here in YouTube viewers, I can see most of you are participating here. Please complete the sentence, guys. Though the weather was very cold and snowy, what can you write here? We enjoyed our trip. Very good. Shailesh, I went for a walk. Very good. I still want to go. Where? I didn't wear a jacket outside my house. Okay, good. I eat. So Venkat, you need to check the tense also, because the dependent clause starts with your past tense. Okay, so you cannot use present tense. Okay, we're talking about past tense. Yeah. I went for a trip. I went to make errands. Okay. Still was. So this is not complete sentence, Shipra. Although I went to school. What is this? This is not a complete sentence. Yes. Shiris, you have to use an independent clause. You cannot use a sentence with although, because although is a dependent clause, which I have already used. Though the weather was very cold and snowy, I went out to meet my friends. I could complete my evening run. Very good, Fernandez. Yes, the people went for outing. Good, Chaitra. Still, I went to take my IELTS exam. Okay, you have to. There's no way out. Yeah. I went for a trip. Good, Aparna. I went outside. I went to outside. Okay. We took a walk to the church. Good, Anu. Very good. Yeah. Though the weather was very cold and snowy. So many of you have given your answers. All correct. Let me write one for you. The kids were playing. Okay. Okay. Though the weather was very cold and snowy, the kids were playing outside. So this is your now complete sentence. Okay. However, the kids were playing outside is your main clause. Okay. It is not dependent on this clause. So this is your complex structure. Okay. Right. Now, time clauses can also be used in your speaking part 1, part 2, part 3. These are also known as adverbial clause, right? Now, some of the examples here. After I have finished studying, I intend to work abroad. Okay, so I want to bring this to your notice, comma. So when you use again dependent clause, we are using comma. However, the same sentence, if we use, we can write in this way, I intend to work abroad. So we are bringing our independent clause to the front and we use the time clause after the main clause. I intend to work abroad after I have finished studying. So you have no comma here. So we do not use comma after our main clause. I hope this is clear by now. Yes. I have lived here since 1993. I haven't been on holiday since last year. Can you see? You can use such time clauses after, before, since, when, while speaking in part 2 as well. Okay. So in part 2, you get topics like talk about your recent trip. So you can talk about your recent trip by using these phrases like, I haven't been on holiday since last year. Yeah. Then you can continue with your other time phrases. Okay. I am hoping to visit so-and-so place after my IELTS exam. Okay. Or I intend to go abroad after so-and-so. So you can use these time clauses. So since is particularly used for what? For a specific point of time. Okay. We use since for a specific point of time. All right. So yes, time clauses are also one of the ways to impress your examiners, right? Now speaking time, guys. Okay, so Harmandeep, please check mine. Where is yours? We enjoyed our picnic. Whereas after 1 hour later, weather was normal. So you can add that again to form one more complex structures, Roy. Okay? Yes, yes. All right. So how many of you are ready for speaking now? Speaking practice. Yes, let me see your hands raising here. How many of you want to have speaking practice? Let me see. Okay. Devsena wants, Ganguly wants. All right, all right. Good. So these are your questions. Let me see if you can unmute some of you. Can we unmute them, Soumya?
Yes, ma'am, we can unmute them. Whom to unmute?
The participant list is not, displaying here. I cannot see. Okay, it's here. Okay, so we can unmute first Dev Sena because she raised her hand first. Okay, Dev Sena. Yes, Dev Sena.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are completely audible.
Thank you.
All right. So yes, Dev Sena, you tell me something about your hometown. Okay, so before speaking on that topic,
yes, ma'am.
Remember that here we are not aiming for any time period. We are not looking for any other things except complex structure. I want to see if you can include some complex structures in your speaking. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, you may start, please.
Hi, good morning, everyone. First of all, I am Devshana Ganguly and I am from Kolkata and I stay in the city of joy. As you all know, Kolkata is the city of joy. We have a very beautiful hometown and it's a place where you get a lot of culture, you get a lot of diversities, a lot of people are here, and we have so many beautiful places like the Eden Gardens, the Victoria Memorial, and so many things. And yeah, it's a very special place. You also have the iconic Howrah Bridge. So it's a very beautiful city, and I hope you people might have visited Kolkata, and if you haven't, it's time post-COVID you people visit us.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Soumya, you haven't used, sorry, Dev Sena.
Yes, ma'am.
You have not used any complex structure. However, you have spoken really well. Okay? You have used some compound sentences, but you have not included any complex structure. Okay? So you have to practice on that. Okay? Let's say for you, when you talk about Kolkata, you can say, begin with Kolkata, which is a city of joy. So which is your complex structure. Yeah? So try to include complex structures. All right?
Ma'am, actually, it's my first day, so that's why
so first day. So definitely you should join my course. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, I will.
Yeah. So the link is in the description.
Okay,
in the comment section. Please join the course. Any of the batches you can do. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Great. Okay. So next we have. We can unmute Amrit. Yes, Amrit.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Amrit. Please tell me who is your best friend and why?
Repeat again.
Can you see the screen, Amrit?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is your best friend and why?
My best friend is Harleen, and he's a very good and actually my first day.
Okay, no problem. I understand it happens for the first time and you're the lucky one that you got a chance to speak today. Yeah, being the first one. Okay, so first time, no problem. So you can also join the course if you want. Yeah, if you find the session interesting, if you want to learn more with LeapScholar, please join the course. Okay. All right. So in the course, during the course, I'll definitely teach you the complex structures. Okay. All right. So we can have with us next. Let me see. You can have Kundan Vishnu Gaikwad. Kundan Vishnu. Yes. Kundan, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. So your question is, what kind of TV programs do you like to watch? Please try to include some complex structures. I hope you're not a beginner.
Not actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can try. What kind of TV programs do you like to watch?
Okay. The TV programs which I like to watch are mostly related to the scientific fields. And as you know that most of the scientific related programs and shows are available on Discovery Channel, Nat Geo, these kind of channels. On those kind of channels, we can see those programs. So I like to watch those channels because I think we will be able to get more knowledge. We will be able to have and firstly, as I am interested in science.
All right, stop. So that's a good
Okay.
effort, okay, from your side. I could see there is some hesitation in speaking, but the best
Yes.
part is that you have used one complex structure. That is, when you say that I like to watch because, so because is also a complex structure, okay, that is subordinate conjunction. So you have used one complex structure. Congratulations, and definitely you are going to learn more with LeapScholar. Okay, so stay connected. All right,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
welcome. Okay, can we have here? Let me see. Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, can you unmute yourself? Yes, Abhimanyu.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Abhimanyu, can you please tell us what are the pros and cons of low-cost air travel?
Yeah, ma'am. My first day, I'm beginner.
Is it? So still you can try.
Yeah,
No
ma'am.
problem. Yeah, you can try.
Yeah. Myself, my name is Rani Kumar. I from Uttar Pradesh. I have a student. I am studying in class 11th standard.
Mhm.
Yeah. My
All
hobby
right.
is painting and cricket. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
No problem. You can also connect with us with LeapScholar if you want to continue with your speaking sessions. If you want to improve on your speaking, definitely you should join the course. Okay, because here you will
Okay.
get one-on-one speaking feedback. Okay, so for
Okay,
me
ma'am.
it's not possible to give you a complete feedback here, but if you join our sessions, you will get one-on-one feedback. Okay.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
also apart from that, we have our speaking. We have IELTS app. Okay, you can download the app where you have the facility to talk with your partner. We have our speaking room where you can connect with your different partners and you can practice over there. All right.
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
so try and join the course, and don't forget to use the code RALive20 if you want to get an additional discount. All right.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so can we have Anuradha? Anuradha. Yes, Anuradha. Unmute yourself, Anuradha. Okay, she's not interested, I think. Let me see who all are interested here now. Meenakshi. Yeah? Meenakshi? Unmute yourself. Am I audible, Meenakshi? No. Lina? Lina? Lina, can you unmute yourself, Lina?
Yes, ma'am. I am able to unmute myself now.
Hello.
Yeah. So, Lina, can you tell me, I guess, yeah, question number 5. Do you think people read nowadays as they did in the past?
Ma'am, may I answer?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. I think people do not read nowadays as they did in past, because in the past people have books and they were more interested in books, but nowadays people have electronic things and they are totally dependent on social media, so they are not interested in reading books. But if we go in the past, people read many type of books like inspirational book, motivational books, and bibliography of poets and others. So
Good.
nowadays people are more interested in social media,
Okay,
like
good answer.
videos
I could
and
see
all.
that, yes, I could see that you have used one complex structure, that is because, okay, why people read, because you have used that. It is a good complex structures. However, you can also say that, we have a good number of readers today who are interested in using technology. Okay, you have used the relative clause, who are interested in using technology to read different kinds of books. Okay, so there are
Okay.
some grammatical errors in your speech. However, that will go with time if you practice. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So are
Thank
you
you,
associated
ma'am.
with LeapScholar?
Yes, ma'am. I am attached with LeapScholar since 2 months.
Oh, great, great.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, now
Thank
one
you, ma'am.
last participant I would ask for is, can we have Anjali? Oh, sorry. Anjali is not raising her hand. So those who are raising the hands, I'll talk to them.
Ma'am, actually, Minakshi just spoke, but we have Lena as well.
Okay, Lena. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lena, can we talk to Lena now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Lena. How are you, Lena?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. Okay, Lena, tell me. So you have the liberty to choose any question from these 5.
I would like to talk about the last question.
All right, great. Go ahead. But try to use some complex structures, okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Well, I have two views about this question. One would be if we consider reading as such, reading text or books and papers. In that way, reading have reduced drastically in the present when compared to the past. But on the other hand, if we talk about reading text or contents, then I think people in the present generation read more than what people used to read earlier. Because even in terms of mobile phones or through laptop, we go through many posts or blogs and articles. So reading happens on a daily basis without even the reader knowing that he's actually reading some content. So I think reading takes place more these days than compared to the past. But definitely in terms of books and papers, it used to be in the past.
Absolutely perfect answer, I would say. Yes, you have used one complex structure. Okay, that's good. And your answers, the way you structured is absolutely perfect. The most important thing is your pace and tone that you maintain. Okay.
Yeah.
So in speaking, you need to maintain a good pace, proper stressed words, and the intonation. So you have managed to cover all those things. Good job done, I would say.
Thank you,
Lina.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
you have used complex structure. I'm happy about that. And keep practicing. Okay.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Great. All right. So I hope all of you have loved the session today. And if you like the video, if you enjoyed the session, if you want to learn more from me, if you wish to learn more from me, please enroll our 2 batches that are coming on September 13th and 15th. Okay. So yes, don't forget to, put your comments, whatever you feel like, even if it's good or bad, we are most happy to receive your feedback. Yeah. So please comment and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. All right. So see you all until my next session. Okay. But hoping to meet you all in my class starting on 13th September. Yeah. So yes, till then, take care all of you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.